You might sometimes feel dissatisfied with your life, thinking that others are living happier and more comfortable lives. But maybe, after hearing this story, that belief will begin to change. Once upon a time, there was an owl who was deeply unhappy with her life. She often compared herself to other birds and constantly focused on her flaws. This made her feel sorrowful and alone. One day, as she perched on a tree, her sadness overwhelmed her, and she began to cry quietly. Beneath the tree sat a wise old man, full of insight and wisdom. When he heard her crying, he looked up and gently asked, "What's wrong, my friend? Why all this sadness and weeping?" The owl replied, "I'm tired of my life, sir. I feel hopeless and frustrated, especially when I see other birds. People see me as a bad omen. They think I bring misfortune and evil. If this is what my life is meant to be, then maybe death would be better." The wise man was deeply moved by her words and said, "We must learn to accept our lives as they are. We shouldn't compare ourselves to others so harshly. The lives of others aren't always as perfect as they seem." But the owl was still filled with pain and despair. Her tears wouldn't stop. The wise man, seeing her sorrow, felt even more compassion and decided to help her in another way. He said, "Don't worry, my friend. I have a special ability. I can transform you into any bird you want to be." Surprised and filled with a spark of hope, the owl asked, "Really? You can do that, sir?" The man smiled. "Yes, but first, I want you to visit a goose and ask her if she's truly happy. Then come back to me." So the owl flew into the sky, searching for a goose. Soon, she saw one swimming gracefully in a nearby lake. She approached and said, "How beautiful you are, dear goose. Your feathers are as white as milk. You look so peaceful and happy. Surely you must be the happiest bird in the world." But the goose replied sadly, "Oh no, my dear, I'm not happy at all. Look around you. The world is full of colors, and yet I have none. I think the parrot must be the happiest bird of all." Hearing this, the owl took off once again, now eager to find the parrot and speak to him. When she finally found him in a zoo, she said, "How gorgeous you are, dear parrot. You're covered in bright, vibrant colors. You must be the happiest bird in the world." But the parrot shook his head with a sad expression and said, "No, my friend, I'm not happy either. I've thought about it a lot. Look around this zoo. All the birds here are trapped in cages, except one. And that one bird is you, dear owl. If there's any bird that people don't try to catch or cage, it must be the happiest bird alive." The owl was stunned. She had never thought of it that way. She had never realized the blessing of her freedom. She returned to the wise old man and said, "Sir, I don't want to be any other bird. I want to remain an owl. Today, I've learned a valuable lesson." The wise man smiled and said, "You've made the best decision. You see, this problem is very common among people. They look at what others have and wish it was theirs, not realizing that such comparisons only bring sadness, despair, and deep frustration. We must learn to focus on ourselves, to grow, and to move forward with steady steps. Most importantly, we must learn contentment and gratitude, for what God has written for us is always for the best." Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Your support inspires us to keep creating better content.